Hey, Mike here. Welcome back to Uncommon Pallor. So Thomas over at Mercyful Metal, he started a thing. It's called Records Around the World. He wants you to pick a band from as many countries as you can and then show the record. Uh, he's doing it as a contest. I don't want to join the contest. I'm just doing it for fun. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it alphabetically by country. So I'm gonna be jumping back and forth between formats. It's pretty 7-inch heavy. It's all punk and metal. It's pretty 7-inch heavy. And 7 inches kind of come with the punk territory. It's kind of a 7-inch genre, really. Well, at least it was before 7 inches became comparable in price with 12 inches from a production standpoint. Um, Obviously, I'm not doing compilations. There are some split records on here, but I don't consider them compilations. I mean, punks are on a budget. You got to do split records. So, anyways, yeah, let's jump into it. First up, it's from a country that a lot of people probably don't even know exists. Andorra. Band's called Weeshirt. Record's called Turtle. Yeah, you're going to get very little information here. I'm just going to do the band in the title, pretty much. Argentina. Xiola Blue. It's a split record with Pirexia, who I believe are from Uruguay, but we'll get to Uruguay later. Australia. Radio Birdman, the essential Radio Birdman, 1974 to 1978. Fucking great Australian band. Austria, Disastrous Murmur, Skinning Beginning, 1989 to 1991. Over to Bahrain, a band called Kusoof. It's called Hilal, Hubal. Bangladesh, a band called Orator. Record's called Kapalgnosis. Belgium, Black Widow, Streetfighter. Fucking love this record. Bolivia, Kulto, Maldito. The record's called Alkohol Metal, Hasta, Sangrar. Botswana, Skinflint. The record's called Gauna. Brazil, got some Besthoven. A bomb raid into your mind. Bringing her home to Canada. Slaughter, Nocturnal Hell. Chile, Disturbio Menor. Record's called Heridas Abiertas. China, Ritual Day. It's their self-titled 7-inch on Legion of Death Records. Colombia, Policarpa y su Viciosa. It's a self-titled on Darbuka Records. Great fucking band. Costa Rica, Exacerbacion. Record's called Disastrous Humano. Croatia. Here's a hard record to find. Satin Panonsky. It's a hard record to pronounce as well. It's Nuklearn Olimpski Igra. Yeah, sounds about right. Cuba. Combat Noise. In War We Trust. Some Cuban death metal. Czech Republic. A band called See You in Hell. It's their self-titled on Ultima Ratio. Denmark. Misanthropic Charity. It's their self-titled on Boston Tea Party. Members of Kalashnikov went into this band. Stylistically, it's a bit different, but it's still really good. Ecuador. Alcoholic Rights. It's Metal Alcoholico Destructivo. El Salvador. You got Fallen Souls. It's a split with Necromancer. I believe Necromancer are also from El Salvador. Not 100%, but I think they are. But yeah, Fallen Souls, Necromancer, El Salvador. England. We're going with Doctor and the Crippins, and the record is called Raphanodosis. Yeah, Raphanodosis. Fucking stupid title. Finland. This one's challenging. Kaiklupian Sakapuoto. Record's called Kuluko Maidan Todella. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. France. Fingerprint. We May Be Brothers. 1994. Fantastic fucking French screamy emo shit. Love it. Germany. Ooh, this one's a fucking crusher. Acme. To reduce the choir to one soloist. I implore you to listen to this record at all costs. It's fucking great. Greece. All right, we got a split LP here of two Greek bands with wacky fucking names. The first one is called Epithanatios Ronkus, and the second is Poria Sto Perithorio. Yeah. Hungary, band called Trottle. It's Up to You. That's the name of the 7-inch. Yeah, Trottle. It's Up to You. Now we're going to Iceland. I'm actually going to show a CD, which is strange for me because I don't really buy CDs and I don't have that many, but I really like this band. So yeah, Iceland. It's a band called Forgarder Helvetus, and the record or the CD is called Gurningavdur, I think. I tried to get Google Translator to read it back to me, and it sounded like she was literally having a fucking stroke. So Siggy and the boys here, they fucking killed Google. Going to India. Band called Dying Embrace. It's a pretty solid death metal. Record is called Era of Tribulation. Now we go to Indonesia. Domestic Doctrine. It's their self-titled 7-inch on 625 Thrashcore. Iraq. Seeds of Iblis. It's called Jihad Against Islam. It's a anti-Islam black metal band comprised mostly, if not exclusively, of women. And that's fucking dangerous in Iraq. I would be willing to wager. Oh, gotta scroll down here from my notes. Give me a second. All right, Ireland. We're going with Bleeding Rectum. As fun as that sounds. This is their split with Charred Remains, a.k.a. Man is the Bastard. Bleeding Rectum, fucking fantastic. They went on to be called Pink Turds in Space. Okay, now we're going to Israel with a band called Smartat Kahal Levan. Record's called Magnetic Storm. It's good shit. Italy. I'm going with the Libero e Selvaggio 4 7-inch box set by Wretched. Classic Italian hardcore band. So good. Jamaica. Got a band called Orisha Shakpana. It's called Caribbean Metallic Storm. It's a weird fucking record. Japan. Judgment. No Reason Why. My 2 favorite Japanese hardcore songs ever. And that really says a lot. These are fucking perfect. Going to Jordan. A band called Rabith Aman. It's called Ammonites, Nights, Nights. And has what appears to be a potato floating in space. Latvia. We've got 2 Latvian bands on this one. Vanosano Lapis and 33 Letnye Podonok. Macedonia. Got 2 Macedonian bands on here. No Name Nation and Blah Blah Blah. Now we're going to Madagascar, at the bottom of Africa, just off the coast. It's a band called Sweetie Punk. The record's called Swa Iti Panky. Malaysia, some black metal from Malaysia. Omen, For the Horned One. Malta, got 2 bands here from Malta. It's Prayer of the Dying and Thy Legion. Mexico, got Mujercitos. It's their self-titled on Not Normal Tapes. Though it's not a tape, so it should be Not Normal Records, guys. Come on. Now we're going to Myanmar, formerly known as Burma. 2 bands from Myanmar. You got Ghost Rider and the Ants. Nepal, got Raiko Ri, Himalayan Frostbite. Kind of anarcho-punk stuff with a heavy feminist slant to it. The Netherlands, Funeral Oration, The More We Know. Fantastic fucking band. New Zealand, Exordium Mors. It's called Virus Hostis, A Hymn to Fire. This is great. You know, if you're into like super fast, you know, black death metal, yeah, get this. Super good. Now we're going over to Norway, my favorite 80s hardcore band from that country. Barn Avrenbuen. It's called Folk Uten Framtid. Yeah, such a good record. Such a good band. Now over to Pakistan. Tarma, In Death I Submerge. Some weird soundscapes here, kind of like Mortis. It's 2 dudes. One of them's from Afghanistan, one's from Pakistan. But they're headquartered in Pakistan now, as far as I know. Panama, Los Asesinos del Pentagrama. It's called Cuando la Noche Cala. Weird cover. Paraguay, a band called Master of Cruelty. It's called Depths of a Cold Abyss. Peru, a band called Akimoropa. Record's called Esclavo de lo que ves, I guess. The Philippines, a band called Incarian. It's called Unveil Southeast. Scroll time. Poland, got a band called Sanctus Iuda. It's a split with Sharpville, who are from Finland, but Sanctus Iuda are Polish. Portugal, The Youths, Generationless. Russia, Pergan. And the title translates out to all concentration camp states, all people live in concentration camps. Scotland, here's one from like 79, I think. It's Visitors, Compatibility. Some solid post-punk type stuff there. Serbia, I've shown this one before. Jenner, To Live is to Suffer. Singapore, got Iron Fist, Worshippers of the Black Witch. This is kind of corny, but I like it. It's like a low-rent, budget, Mercyful Fate from Singapore. I'm into it. You got Slovakia, a band called The Public. And it's a split with See You in Hell, who I showed earlier, from the Czech Republic. Slovenia. Here's an 80s band from Slovenia. Quad Massacre. Title's hard to pronounce. It's Kaja Odgovor. Yeah, something like that. Kaja Odgovor. I guess. South Africa. Got Wild Youth. What About Me? South Korea. Slant. Vain Attempt. Spain. E150. It's La Rabia Justifica Los Medios. Great band. Saw them live once. Totally just blew my mind. So good. Sri Lanka. A band called Funeral in Heaven. A long-ass record title. Daiwaya Haskam Saha Paraloa Sapatha. Or Sapatha. I don't know. Whatever. It's a long title that I can't speak. Sweden. Totalitar. Sin Igen Matstandar. This is an original. Just got repressed, though. I suggest you all buy a copy, because it's a great fucking record. Switzerland. Going with one of the greats, Celtic Frost, Morbid Tales. Because why wouldn't I? Thailand. A band called Zygotsis. It's called Scud, Satanic Cultus Unholy Desecration. Now we're stepping over to Turkey. A band called God-Slaying Hellblast. Record's called From the Deepest Devilish Pits. Uganda. Veil of Ammunition. It's called Infernal Supremacy. Uruguay. Got Feratrum. Record's called Inwards Lunacy. Good stuff. Over to the USA. Didn't know what to pick, so I went with Tales of Terror. Self-titled on CD Presents. Now, this guy here, his dad is Victor Wong, who played Egg Shen in Big Trouble in Little China. He also played Snotty in Revenge of the Nerds 2. This dude was getting accosted by some jocks or something, and they shoved him to the ground. He hit his head on a parking abutment and died, so the band was done. Sucks to be that dude. Band rules, though. Venezuela. A band called Metzeli. Record's called Burying the Goodness. This is really good. And the last one, we're going to Wales. Krypton Tunes. Coming to See You. From 1978. Good stuff. All right, that's all I got. And that is 74 countries covered. So, yeah, hopefully there's someone out there that can beat it. Yeah, everybody, have a good night. Stay safe. Cheers.